as opposed to the bad water.
I hope we're live because I just said that. Oh, I think I did it like right as we went live.
Skill.
Nice.
No.
Oh no, I'm still looking at somebody else.
Whew. We'll give people a few minutes to trickle in.
Oh, there we are. Okay, I see us now.
Bits right away. Thanks, Ashley.
Nice. Thank you, Ashley.
100 bits,
best.
not for May, she says.
I really do look like a drowned rat. This is not.
You do not look like a drowned rat.
I'm like looking at myself on stream and I'm just like, ugh.
I can only see like half your head whenever it's down and like, yeah, that's all I can see is half your head, but on stream I can see your whole head.
That's usually what you're like for me, David. Like I usually see like just white, like a big white blob. That's all I ever. But today I see you and not me.
Okay.
It's so
Fine.
weird
I'm gonna see
that you guys
all.
like. Yeah, I usually see everyone. It's only when Mario starts having weird, random disconnects that apparently aren't tied to his internet because he still has internet connection. That
I have awesome 100 meg internet
Yeah.
connection, and it's always about 2 hours and 45 minutes in. Skype just crashes on me. I still hear everybody, but nobody can see me.
weird.
You just have to focus on being here yourself and that part. Like clearly you're in a war is trying to take back over, and you just have to focus and clear it up so that you can stay looking like a human.
Yeah.
It's just visual for Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Infinity War Eve to Twitch. Though I guess it does
Internet.
premiere tonight.
I don't get to go see it until
I-
Monday.
I see
I
it
don't
tomorrow.
Not at all.
I don't see it till the 5th.
I won't see it for a while. I don't mind spoilers though if anyone talks about it. Just
I
FYI.
didn't.
Oh, I don't
I
want
do-
no
I do
spoilers.
care.
It is against my religion to post spoilers.
I'm
Joey,
really bad
Joey's
about
obligated to
spoilers.
jihad you.
I am literally the worst about spoilers. If I start liking a show, I will look it up and read all about it to make
We'll
sure
be
that
like
I'm going to continue
4
liking
episodes into that show, and she will Google everything about that show.
I've
it. I want
related
to
to
make
that.
I want to make sure that the people who I've decided I liked either stay alive or they don't pull freaking they don't Sasuke Uchiha me. Because that kid, I hated that kid.
That kid was a prick. But yeah, let's real quick, just for scheduling things. Kyle, what week were you gone? Next week?
Not next week, the following week.
Okay.
So the 10th.
All right, so we'll be on next week. The following week, we may take a week break because we will be missing a player. And since there's only 5 of you, I don't mind skipping if we're down a player or two. We'll figure out something fun to plug in the interim.
A one shot without him.
That is possible. We'll see.
I would do
Continuing.
more monster slaying.
Yeah. Also, anyone who's watching this live, tune in on Saturday, starting at, technically, it would be Friday evening, so tomorrow night at midnight. So it's the very start of Saturday. This channel, Starcult Studios, is doing International Tabletop Day. Woo! Streaming for 24 hours, taking all donations and proceeds and throwing them towards charity. The name of our charity is... I'm real bad at this. I set this up, too. This is what's bad. It's a children's
Isn't
hospital.
it-
They're all children's hospitals.
Isn't it Rainbow Baby?
Yeah, Tiff knows what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were saying that last time.
But yeah, tune in. Feel free to throw some donations towards a good cause. We, being the 6 of us who you see on the screen right now, plus Corey, May's significant other,
Ew.
will be
Did
running.
you just say ew?
No.
We're going to be running a one-shot. If you've been watching the stream, you are familiar with Noop, the Goblin, who the party just kind of finished their dealings with last time. We'll be doing a one-shot for the continuation of Noop's adventures, with David taking up the mantle of playing Noop while I run them through the reclaiming of Noop's homeland. But yeah, so that's kind of the...
Nothing worth.
Yes, the
Warning.
Knolls.
My goblin voice is never going to be as good as yours, Joel. Joe.
Joel? Joel?
Sorry, he's just across. My father-in-law's Joel. He's just across the room.
Oh, fair enough. How's his goblin voice, though?
Probably worse.
No, I can't do it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try and. say
Is he
hi
gonna be
them.
Southern?
You can't. They can't see you.
Southern Goblin would be awesome. Oh my god, I'm totally gonna do like a Louisianan Goblin.
I was
You all
thinking
hate me. So
that
much.
in like Goblin, like their accents, Noop would be like the rich Southern, like, oh good lord, we're gonna go down here and get ourselves some chicken legs.
I'm going
Colonel Sanders.
Creole. Creole Goblin, I think.
Creole.
We all have to
Yeah.
do variants of Southern
that's my
accents.
dad, by the way.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be ridiculous and goofy, and we'll all probably end up being really tired since I know I'm not used to staying up till 4 a.m. But that's gonna be half the fun.
Bedtime.
Oh, I'm taking a nap
Hilarious.
beforehand. Hands down.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about nap and like intravenous coffee.
Same.
But
I don't have a coffee maker in my house. I may have to buy one.
You don't have a coffee maker?
I have an
Nope.
extra one. Do you want it at Gen Con? I will give you a coffee maker for Gen Con. I'm
I
gonna
might
wrap it up
actually-
too.
I might actually get one in the meantime. My birthday's in between now and Gen Con.
When is
And
your
my mom-
birthday?
Well, it's technically August 7th, but my mom's gonna give me a gift beforehand. So it's after Gen Con, technically. Or during.
technically,
My birthday is right before Gen
Okay.
Con.
When is your birthday?
July 17th.
When's your
Mine
birthday,
just passed.
Mario?
January 31st.
Oh darn. Hey, you're not that far away from me. I'm February 7th.
Okay.
October 8th.
Now we all know each other's birthdays.
I'm gonna
Okay.
forget
Ah.
this immediately.
I'm gonna try and commit them to memory just out of like I like dates.
Fair enough. Let's play some D&D. Everyone go ahead and roll a d20.
I got a
Here's
1.
my roll for the night. I'm dead.
Well, somebody crit failed, so
Yep. I got 1.
Nat 1. All right, David. Give us a recap.
Okay, recap. We started off the night with the encounter with the 2 goblins and the ogre, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so we did that. We seduced the ogre into
Seduced.
not killing
we
us.
seduced.
With
We
food.
seduced it.
Yes.
Let's
So it didn't kill us. We continued into the was it Gleek's camp,
Yep.
and proceeded to destroy his entire group. And well, not entire. Some of them ran away like little bitches.
Yep.
Then we proceeded to spark off the Fire Lord Noop thing. So we get to explore that Friday.
TM.
Saturday morning. Then we went to the temple of... I can't remember her name. I didn't write it down.
Rezia.
Ostia.
No, Ostia.
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 The brightest
we
light.
pronounce
Oh,
it.
Ostia. Arezia is the place we're at, isn't it?
Yes. So we went to the temple of Ostia, lit up this big crystal, found out that the shadow of the brightest light was, in fact, one of the dragon syndicates.
Still not over it.
You know, I've had like a nauseating feeling all week.
We found 2 magical swords that we proceeded to give to Ember. and a list of people very near and dear to us that have either died or are still alive, and we assume are going to die. And we have a plan to make our way north to Dragonheart, I believe, and find Ember and Rinlin's significant person.
Yeah.
Me mommy.
Yeah. What was your mom's name? Was it Bronwyn?
It's Bronwyn.
Bronwyn.
BRWNWYN.
Write that down. And
I don't-
think the whole thing.
I don't think that's how I spelled it in my dossier.
It is
But
not. That is why I said
Yeah.
the other thing last time.
Yeah. I changed it after the fact because
That's
I was
okay.
like, no, this is better.
That is fine.
So there's Bronwyn Ridge, which is related to Soul. Philip Diston?
Dorton.
Dorton.
Dorton. Yeah.
I can't read my own handwriting. That's
And
bad.
Phil's dead.
Phil's
Yeah,
dead.
that was a tone. There's Varys Syndulife, which is my father,
Dead.
Who is also
and
dead.
also dead. And then Kalatan Ogremin.
Kulatan Ogrimir.
Who is unknown.
Kulatan. I gotta.
Oh,
get
he's
better.
the rando.
Yeah. Kulatan Ogrimir.
I
It's
am
like,
not.
hey man, you got a cool tan.
I didn't write any of those down. I just want you to know.
I wrote them all down, but I couldn't read my own handwriting, so.
Who's
I
really
haven't
doing the
taken-
better job here?
Yeah,
I haven't taken notes this entire time.
I did.
I have notes, but they're very small. Like little abridged notes.
Joe, are you gonna fire me?
No.
Like I wrote kick doors in, soul and Rinlin.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm not.
As long as you guys know what's going on, I don't mind. And the videos are all like up on YouTube, so if you ever forget, it's not like you can't go back and watch and skip.
I'm gonna go back and take notes.
You could,
Like,
because
once-
it's legit
once we're a
the
good
whole
bit
session.
in.
So
Ooh.
very useful, and it makes me have to document everything on my own, which I try and do my best to. That's just my personal GM style when I'm GMing stuff. I have to have notes on everything.
I'm still
I know
keeping track
Brad
of my
takes
kills.
less notes than me while he's playing. But
All right.
yeah. So the party, in particular, we left off. You guys were still in the Dragon Syndicate safe house, and you had just kind of finished reading through this list, and I believe you were about to figure out your next steps.
Alrighty.
Quick cue though. What was? I like that when I type map, Star Called Studios map comes up before Google Maps now,
It should.
Yeah.
as it should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did we decide that they are? Is it Dragonheart?
Dragonheart.
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 Yep. We decided Dragonheart is the last place you made contact with Bronwyn.
It's not loading, but I was trying to look it up. So was there any? Was this the secret room in this building?
Because remember, you opened it and you found a closet, and then in the
Yeah.
closet there was a secret door behind it, and you went downstairs.
I think we need to bust our asses and get to Dragon's blank.
Heart.
Dragonheart.
Thank you. Dragonheart. Dragon's Dogma.
Yep. I believe we talked about going up the river along the mountain to Sentinel Keep to get an airship.
Yeah.
Did we actually like mention like when you were reading it? Like, does it say anything but the names, or because I mean, you read the names out loud, and we know Phil's dead. We know Ridge is dead. We didn't address the fact that there are several Ridges in our party at this point.
I believe it just listed the names, right, Joe?
Correct.
Did we hold it up to the light to make sure there wasn't any kind of weird invisible writing?
Oh, the second you suggest that I pull out bottles of various things, be like, great idea.
Lemon reacts to eat, and
Oh, I've got heat, lemon, invisible ink, all sorts of stuff.
Fire?
Joe, can I check for that? Presumably forgery kit or something, or
Uh,
thieves can.
Sure. Make a. Are you proficient with forgery kit?
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
All right.
Roll for that.
Someone's cocky.
Oh, and I paid for it. I rolled a 2, so my total is not terrible. 4 plus 3. 7. I got a 7.
All right. It looks like a piece of paper with a list of names on it.
I want to look at it really close.
Sure. You can make an investigation check.
And then put it back down because I can't fucking read.
It looks like a piece of paper with some marks on it.
I crit. Like, I want to show you. Like, I'm not even shitting you. I literally crit.
It looks like a piece of paper, and you do recognize some of these weird squiggles as Bronwyn's name because you've seen it before. So you're
I
like,
can
that
read.
says Bronwyn.
Jesus Christ.
So you are able to read part of it because you crit.
I can read. I just don't like to. We've gone over this.
Yeah, there's nothing special about the paper. It's just
Okay.
paper with the names, or parchment with the names.
I just don't want Kalian to try to read me like try to make me read things. So I just tell him I don't know how to read.
So, folks, going over the map here, would Hofrit be closer to us than Sentinel's Keep?
Yeah, but it's not a
It's not a major thing.
It's
They might not have airships.
So if you look on the map, if you're looking at starcoldstudios.com/map,
You know
all
I
of
am.
the settlements that are circles or squares that are filled in black are currently populated. If
Okay.
they are empty circles or squares, they are ruins, and there's no one currently living there. That's why you
Like
guys are in Lycian, and it's abandoned and filled with some goblins. There's
Yeah.
no actual people here or anything.
We-
Halfret would be the same.
Goblins aren't people. You heard it here.
I heard it.
I did say that. Yeah.
All right. So we want to go ahead and mosey our way up to Sentinel Keep.
I don't know about mosey.
Moseying.
Is there anything else in the room worth noting?
I believe I said there were some general supplies and whatnot. You guys already got the gold from the room, I believe, correct?
Did you
I
say that they
believe
had rations?
Yes.
Yes, he
That was
did,
the other
'cause I
thing. There's a
couldn't
lot
find-
of like
I
stockpiled
would like,
food.
yeah, I'd like to take some rations to replenish what we gave to the ogre.
Sure.
Same.
I love how you guys are stocking up on rations, but after every long rest, I can feed you for like 20 people for 24
Yeah,
hours.
but when it came time to seduce the ogre, he wanted the ration packets.
Yeah.
Joe, are there any backpacks, bedrolls, blankets, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Simple supplies. Plenty of simple supplies.
Well, I'm
Is
gonna
there a
grab those.
non-moldy blanket?
Yes. There are some fresh blankets.
Fresh AF.
They just say
Okay.
fresh on them.
I'm gonna take a
monogram.
blanket. I already have a bedroll though.
Yeah, I was totally unprepared for the wilderness. I'm a city boy.
No,
So-
really?
Yeah. I have lots of books on wilderness survival, but they're not terribly helpful.
You can start a fire with them.
No, you cannot.
You can. You shouldn't, probably.
That's a noob's whole problem.
We should get to getting, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Joe, as we walk through the city to leave, can I do like a check to see, like, just like peering into buildings to see if there's anything that would help me as an Eldera? Like any like possible armor crystals or whatever? Like I'd have a great check to see this, but I don't want to stop.
So if you're just kind of like walking through and you're still keeping up with the party and you're not like making them stop or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me then.
That is a 13 plus 2, 15.
Just kind of peering in the windows, you don't see anything super particular for Eldera or anything like that. Are you guys presumably walking through the city since you kind of entered from the southern end? Are you walking back to your boat, or are you walking out the northern part of the city? Where are you headed?
I think the boat would be faster, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the
I
boat would be
agree.
faster too.
Although when we leave that building, I do want to try to like shut everything and put everything back like how it was relatively, just on the way out.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Help with that.
Okay.
I'm really surprised. I thought you would want to burn it down.
Considering
I do, actually.
other than the like front door, everything you didn't say you really touched much in the top floor, just the bottom floor. But they're gonna tell that stuff's missing from there since you guys have gone through the rations and taken some supplies and
Okay,
whatnot.
they're already going to tell we should burn it down.
So
But-
what is this building made out of?
It's a Resian, so probably not wood, if that's what you're asking.
Can we burn the inside?
Can we burn it anyway? Yeah, like can we burn it anyways?
Yeah, I mean, buildings do burn if they're not made of wood.
Can we just
Stuff
like throw
in
it
them will burn.
over our shoulder as we go? Like, cause cool guys don't look at explosions.
Slow motion walk.
Yeah, we like slow motion walk away from the burning building.
If you'd like to set it on fire, you may.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, yeah, we're setting it on fire.
Her name is literally Ember. Like, I have to do this honor to her and light it on fire.
It is Ember.
As they start preparing to light stuff on fire, Kalian tries to rescue any sort of records, paper, notes, anything in the house.
There's not too many.
Good. That makes my job easy.
I imagine he's doing like the dramatic firefighter rescue, but for books.
Yeah.
You
and I'm
find
like, Kaylee, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to light it with you in there.
the only
Cramming
thing
stuff
you
really
find is a small bookshelf, kind of like at a nightstand that only has like 2 or 3 fiction books on it. Nothing like super telling.
Okay, I'm stealing them anyways. Books are a national treasure.
No, the
Alright.
Declaration of Independence is a national treasure.
I've never heard of that. What country is that for? Is it for Rank-a-gash?
Yes.
Damn near similar enough.
It's for Vivari.
Anyways,
I want to leave the building and then like outside where we saw like the crest that was in the ground.
Yeah.
I would like to leave one of the emblems that I took off of the dead person, preferably one of the ones that have blood on it, and leave it there.
Okay. And then you're gonna light the place on fire?
Oh no, this is after I lit it on
Oh,
fire.
after you've lit it on fire, you go
Yep,
back.
I'm
put the thing
outside
down.
on the little stone thing. I just want to leave it there so they know that someone came and did this on purpose.
They're just gonna tag the next building. Dragon Syndicate sucks.
no, I'm gonna get my hand bloody and just smack it on the outside of the wall and write "We know" on the bottom.
Ooh.
Ooh, ominous.
So,
Yeah,
just
Actually,
for
pretty
flavor's
pissed at this
sake,
point.
how do you guys start the fire? What do you use?
I have torches and a tinderbox.
I got tinderbox. Yeah.
And we could just break up a bunch of furniture and throw it in the middle of the house.
Yep.
That's better than my plan, which is systematically light every room on fire.
Hey,
Well, we
can
could
use
do that in
hay.
every room.
There's probably hay around here. As long as we're not using paper, I'm happy.
I will remind Tiffany that she has a sword that can ignite.
Oh yeah. Okay. I
Oh.
also have a sword that can light on
Well,
fire.
I fucking guess.
I'm gonna use that, obviously. But
Okay.
side note, I do also have torches and a tinderbox.
Good to know.
Actually, I don't
Um,
have. I have a tinderbox, but no torches.
I made sure to buy them because my name's Ember.
So after the fire burns for a bit, I have to roll for this because if it happens, it'll be hilarious.
Please. Yes.
Explosion!
It doesn't explode, but you guys notice that the fire, it does start burning pretty heavily. And being that you're in a city, the buildings are awfully close together. So it begins kind of catching the roofs of some of the buildings that are right next to it. And
no.
slowly you realize that you've probably set fire to a small portion of the block here.
Oh well.
Not the whole block, probably like 4 or 5 buildings.
Hey, Renlin, you could douse the houses that aren't that one with water.
I could.
Kaylin gives you a look like, oh god, what have we done? Please help.
We
So-
done started ourselves a crown fire. We best get on out of here.
Even though it was just a Skyrim reference originally, I actually am really into being really ominous, and I do want to like cut my palm and like literally smack it on the thing and write, "We know what you've done," and then wander off. Do you mean to take damage for that?
No, that's fine.
1d4 damage. Hold on.
I mean, if you want to inflict it on yourself, you can.
No.
I said you didn't have to take it.
I have a cat.
Is it Jackson?
So as the party heads back to the docks, your message has clearly been left for the Dragon Syndicate, and you find your boat still intact, floating in the river. It's
I expressed
boat
genuine
parked.
surprise that the boat is still there, because I really thought that Noop would have taken it.
Lucy.
All right, let's hop on out of here before the whole city burns down, and we're here with it.
Okay. The party boards their vessel, shoves off from the docks, and begins sailing farther upstream.
Where's the dude at?
The ogre?
Yeah.
He was with Noop.
Oh, he went with Noop.
Cat purred so loud.
I know. I'm being attacked by a cat.
It's all good.
He's not even our loud
It
purr.
was cute.
Gimli sounds like freaking motorcycle.
Sounds appropriate. For a cat named Gimli.
So the party continues up the Azul River, heading northwards from Lycian. It takes them better course of a day and a half, similar to the amount of time it took to get from Nocturna to Lycian, to get from Lycian up towards the mountains. Overnight, most of you are able to rest with Sol not needing to, being in Aldera. He keeps the boat from running adrift into any rocks or fallen trees or anything like that. And for the most part, your journey is relatively quiet. There's the occasional bird. You guys catch the occasional forest animal kind of running off in the distance. You see some that aren't your average forest fare. They look a little bit bigger, but they don't seem to bother you at all. They're off in the distance, so you don't have to deal with them really. And eventually you see the mountains getting closer and closer into view, and you guys reach the base of the Sentinel Mountains. From here, the river comes to kind of an end near a waterfall that's coming down from some of the mountains, and it continues higher up, but there's clearly no way for your boat to continue. There's a larger pool. And yeah.
Alright, so we get out.
Yep. We just go on up to the east shore and just mosey on around the mountain.
Okay.
But, you know, with haste.
Yes.
Hasteful moseying.
Hasteful mosey.
Mosey with feeling.
I want to see that. That would be hilarious.
It's like power walking.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You just watch a John Wayne movie, but you put it in fast forward. That's exactly what it looks like.
So it looks like he's walking around and he's got something else in his pants.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
All right. After docking, party heads along the southern base of the Sentinel Mountains. It brings you into some of the more thicker parts of the forest.
How thick? How many C's?
THICCCCCCCCC.
Wowzer. That's a doozy.
Damn.
That's sick.
Thick.
You guys are ridiculous.
How perilous is this particular stretch of forest? Are any of you aware?
You're
I mean,
going
we did
into
cut
Isilde,
through.
darling. It's perilous.
Yeah, everyone knows the closer you get to a seal, the worse it gets.
Okay, excuse you, be a drop my raisin.
Should
Well,
we have weapons ready then?
That's
Maybe
gone forever.
keep a scout or watch?
Oh, honey, I always got my weapons ready.
Oh my god. That is the creepiest thing I've ever heard you say.
Just wait.
I would like to
Bigots.
leave.
It gets worse.
May, if you could roll for that.
Out of 3.
Nope.
We
You
can't leave.
I think I'm gonna have my crossbow out.
Okay.
I'll ready my new swords because I'm super awesome and wanting to use them.
Yeah, my shield is almost always out.
Hi, Jackson. Sweet boy. Oh, look at you, you little
I want to
chitties.
have my short bow out, just because I would like to be able to shoot things in the distance if they spook me.
Okay.
Remind me to stand behind May.
Here's the thing I'm looking for. There it is. While walking through the forest, the sun gets a little low in the sky. You know you're about halfway between the end of the river and Sentinel Keep. You think you could continue on and get there in the middle of the night, only it's going to get dark out, or you could make camp and make it pretty easily after you wake up, probably by noon.
I'm gonna look at Rinlin because she looked like she was in a rush.
I
Should
don't
we-
want to stop.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I mean, that's what I was looking for. So.
Yes. I cast light on one item that everyone owns just to give us more light.
Oh, I don't want light cast on me.
I don't want light cast on me. Don't touch me.
Everyone but
fine.
you has dark vision, so
I got my own light. I'm good.
Yeah, we can see.
Fine. I was trying to be helpful. I'll just put light on my shield. Excuse me.
well, you might want to rethink that. If we're going to be crossing through the woods, you'll bring a lot of attention to yourself if you have a bright light just there.
Or he
Well,
could
if
do
he
it.
doesn't have dark vision, he's gonna be making a lot of noise without the light.
He can have it and be like 10 feet to our left.
Yeah,
And
right.
Why don't, I mean, how bright is light?
30
Uh,
feet.
I mean, it's 20 bright, 20 dim.
I can tell you exactly. I have it right here. Object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension until the spell ends. Object has a bright light in a 20-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 20. Yep.
Yeah, 2020. Misha, I swear to God. Sorry. She is sending me messages that just say Noop Noop because she loves Noop's name. Just
Yeah.
nonstop. Noop Noop.
Yeah, that was my first thought when I heard nope.
Well, you can also make it any color you want, so make it red light because it affects the eyes less, and hide it behind your shield so it just lights up your feet.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea at all. I do
Mario's
that.
done this before, I can tell.
I do exactly what Mario just said.
I will allow that.
Oh, good.
And the rest of us should stay within 20 feet so that we can hide in the dim light, but we still get some benefits to our perception rolls.
All
Kind
right.
of.
Well, let's.
Continue through the night.
Yep.
Can I switch to my hammer? Because I don't know if I could really shoot a bow in darkness.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
that's a good idea.
You're not allowed to switch. You have to keep your bow out.
Fine. 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 Fine.
My hammer
We'll
is
just all
out
get shot.
and hidden
No,
behind
I'm
my
gonna-
shield.
I'm gonna keep the crossbow, but I'm gonna stealth.
Okay.
I'd say we should all stealth, but
I'll try to stealth.
do y'all
Yeah.
really want to try?
We can
I-
give it a college try, but I guarantee you
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get much farther than you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna stealth nowhere near you.
We're gonna stealth in a completely opposite direction.
I'm fine with being like 10 foot ahead of you guys and being like the warning system. I've got a pretty good AC.
Oh, I was gonna try to go ahead of you because I got 120 feet of dark vision. So
Okay, that
Oh,
was
did you
two.
did you take Devil's Sight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Nice.
I got
All
a-
right.
See perfectly.
Give
I
me
got
a
19
marching order if
for
you guys
stealth.
could.
I'm gonna hang out with a tone then.
I'll take up the rear.
I'm gonna
Oh,
stay
that sounds
just.
weird.
I'm gonna stay just at the edge of David's. Well, I guess it really wouldn't be any bright light at the front, would it? So I'll be about 20 feet in front of David, and I got a 20 on my sneak, my stealth.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with Soul, either behind him or in front of him, because barbarians don't stealth. Let's be honest.
Yeah, neither do Ildera.
So we've got Ember, Soul, and Rinlin in the back with... I'm going to have Soul and Rinlin right next to each other. Ember right behind Soul, I'm going to say, because you would probably trust Rinlin to be a little bit more exposed. And then Atone and Kalian are 20 feet ahead, just kind of sneaking about, scouting-ish with Atone's crazy good dark sight.
I
And
actually
I
rolled
actually
a
got
13.
a 19 on
Yeah,
my stealth, so I'm stealthy behind the non-stealthy people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled
got
a 13.
I got a
Oh, good.
6.
Proud.
So
I'm normally a highly stealthy person. However, I've decided to put that particular dice in dice jail because it rolled another 2. So I got a 7 for my stealth. I clearly stubbed my toe on a big fat rock and went, "Ow, damn it!"
Stupid elf.
I think that's one of my favorite things that you say. Stupid elf.
Could everyone please make
No.
some perception checks for me?
oh, you got it.
I crit failed.
I got a 4.
Not a 2, not a 2, not a 2.
I got 16.
I rolled a 19. That's a 20.
I'll take that.
Would
That's all
she
good.
get a bonus because of her ears?
Not in this case, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
got
for
a
asking.
14.
I feel like I have yet to use any of my wolfness at all. I'm just there.
You could be doing this as a wolf, you know.
I could be, but I can't hold my swords as a wolf. So
Could.
no, I'm pretty sure they meld into me.
So Atone, being that you're
That
up in
means I'm
front,
holding in it.
you've got the crazy good dark vision, and you rolled a 20 for your perception. You notice this before anyone else does. Up ahead, kind of in the darkness, you catch a beam of moonlight kind of shining through some of the trees that you guys are around, and it catches something kind of shiny. You stop for a minute and you look a little bit deeper into the darkness, and you see that it's looks to be some sort of string from one tree to another. That can't be right. You look a little bit closer. It's a couple strings. Not strings, strands. It looks like a spider web.
Nope.
Perhaps.
Nope.
Yep, guys.
Nope.
I mean, what is like? How thick are these spider webs?
Um,
I don't know nothing about this area. It is just a spider.
Sea levels. How many seas?
uh,
You better hurry up, Mario, because Kaylin is walking right towards the spider web.
I mean,
hey, thank you, Clammy Beef Curtains, for the follow. Wow,
What?
that's
Definitely
a
a name.
bold
Someone-
choice. Bold choice.
Bold.
I will grab Kalian and wave to the back and tell everyone to stop, of course. But
What is it?
There's spider webs.
Oh, we got ourselves some vermin.
They are
Would
rather
we
large
know-
spider webs.
Okay, would Brenlin and I be familiar with spider webs?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
I'd like to make that check as well.
Sure.
Roll 2.
I got an 11.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Soul, you remember, your adoptive father, Ridge. Hey, thank you, me Wildcat, for the follow.
Oh, hey. I
Hey.
think that might be one of mine.
Cool. You remember Ridge teaching you, or telling you at one point, you guys were looking at a spider, and Ridge told you about a spider he ran into once. It was near Isilde, kind of in northern Oresia. It was known as the giant wolf spider, and they enjoyed spinning webs through the trees in the forest to try and catch large prey, and they got their name from the fact that they occasionally would even catch prey as big as wolves. Their webs are extremely sticky, and if you get stuck to them, they'll just kind of wrap you up and eat you.
All right.
Feel slightly offended for wolf kind.
So I whisper, "Hey guys, this area's got them vermin, the giant wolf spider. Could very well be it.
Giant
How about-
wolf spider? That
Giant
sounds
wolf
terrifying.
Yeah, they like to eat big things. Us at the Eldera don't really got to worry about that too much because we kind of look like rocks when we stand still. But
Yeah, but I'm a big thing.
yeah,
You are indeed a big thing. And I
Yes.
move behind him and start, like, pushing him forward.
No, there might be a web nearby. A toad. Where are they?
One Crit Wonder, thank you for the host with 3 viewers. Nice, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You are indeed a big thing.
You are indeed a big thing.
That
Let me
is the
shove you in.
quote. Let me shove you in there.
All right.
Tonight is,
We're getting weird fast, y'all.
Yeah.
I can't wait
special.
for tomorrow. So, Atone, looking ahead, the webs are about 40-ish feet in front of you is when they start. They're fairly wide. They take up a pretty big area. And looking around, now that you're aware of it, you do spot some more webs about 20 feet off to your left and forward a little bit, and then you spot some about 30 feet off to your right.
Are they flammable?
Well, I would also warn everyone that, we're surrounded already.
You're looking behind you really quick. You see that there's nothing directly behind you. So it looks like you're kind of like at the edge of what would be spider territory.
All right.
I mean, normally I would agree with the course of action of burning it down, but can you see a clear path through the webs?
Not in front of us, not to the left of us, not to the, I mean, it's... We'd have to go... I don't know, I mean, like, does it kind of just end 30 feet to the right of us, or 20 feet to the left of us?
That's
Or-
just the webs that you're seeing to start
Yeah.
with.
Well, to the left of us seems the shorter route, so I'm going to turn and try to stay at least 10 feet away from the webs and go that way and see if we can find a way around.
Can you go under them?
Yeah, can we like ninja?
Why would you go under giant spiders?
It's their
It's like-
webs.
Oh,
Yet
Well,
Yeah,
don't.
if you don't get stuck in the web, they won't eat you.
Yeah, let's try to go around.
I'm with Antone here.
I'm having nightmares imagining spiders dropping from the trees at any moment.
Too bad we don't have a ring that lets us hear them talk.
I literally have a hand on the back of Atone's shoulders, and I'm just following him with my sword out.
All right.
I'm sticking close
I'm
to
gonna
them as
chuckle.
well.
But follow.
So Atone, you kind of look around, you backtrack a little bit, and you kind of begin walking around the area with the spider webs. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find a way around.
10.
You think you find a relatively clear-ish path.
Okay.
Clear-ish.
Do you want me to
It's a
look at
lie!
that too, buddy? Like, I've got eyeballs. I can look at things.
I mean, people are welcome to, second guess me here, but I say that
Nope.
looks about as clear as we can get.
I trust
I
Atone,
got a 17.
following him blindly.
I don't remember what my perception bonus is.
Are you sticking with the same marching order?
Oh, I got a 17
so.
too.
Yeah,
Hey,
but I'm a.
me and Ember, or I am Ember. Me
Wowzer.
and Renlin see things.
Okay, 17.
I'm trying to stick a little closer to Atone and Kalian.
Okay.
I'll stick close to Renlin because that makes sense. Apparently, I thought I was her, so
It's okay. I've called myself Ember before.
we're just one person split into two bodies.
Atone, as you're like, oh, this looks like a clear path, and you're kind of leading with Kalian right behind you down through a couple of trees. Ember and Rinlin, you guys see that up ahead there are, in fact, more spider webs. Atone thought he had a path, but there were some that were a little bit more hidden in some of the more shadowy areas that you just happened to catch. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. We wanna cease.
Stop.
Okay, I stop. I don't want to get javelined again, so you know.
Oh my god, I forgot that happened. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I should clarify.
Renlin's not sorry.
Not at all.
And I'm like, not so clear.
We got
Anymore.
ourselves a little pickle.
Actually, we got
Why
spider
are you
webs.
thinking about a food at this point? Like,
That's a great idea. I produce
oh no!
a leg of venison and I throw it into the spider web.
Oh my
That's
god!
just gonna call the spiders to where we're.
I back away.
Not kill
That
the
was a
spider, so
dumb
we-
idea.
Yeah, but if you're real friendly to them, nothing's gonna attack you. It's the southern way.
That's
you
not.
can-
It's not.
you
We're in the
attract-
north.
Wait,
Soul, go ahead and roll a d20, add your strength modifier.
Okay, that is 17.
I back away hardcore.
Soul is on point with his throw. The piece of meat flies and it hits one of the spider webs, and you see that it just kind of has that weird, like, almost bungee effect when it hits the spider webs. It like goes boom, boom, and like just shakes. It stays suspended in air, presumably stuck on the webs, and just is vibrating the webs for a little bit, back and forth, until it finally stops moving.
Now, as soon as it hits, we go a different way. Like
Yes. Can
away
Yes, we run the opposite direction.
in the direction we need to go, but away from it.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
As you guys are running, you hear behind you the distinct sound of
Pincers.
like skittering kind of legs, and then you hear some things hitting the ground.
Oh god, I
They're on
can
the
hear
ground.
approximately how many thumps were there?
That was like
1, 2,
4
3,
from what I heard.
There were 4, followed by thump, 4 more, and
We're not gonna outrun him. Outrun them. Not this way.
Now they got 8
So I
legs.
turn back. I turn back around and I ready my swords. I'm like, we're going.
I ready my hammer, but I tell her, "You have things that produce fire now. Do not light this forest on fire."
Okay.
come on, XSplit.
It is
Pull up
harder
battle
to
map.
light living
Oh,
trees
that's the wrong
things on
thing.
fire.
Well, you can light the spider webs on fire if you're not careful.
Why is XSplit doing that? Bad
And-
XSplit.
I won't use the fire,
You can...
even
It's
though
liter-
my every instinct is kill it with fire.
We are gonna get better screen cap here in a sec. I don't know why it's capturing that window. That is not what I want.
Our job is literally to protect nature, woman. No forest fires.
No, only you can
Oh,
prevent.
yeah, I was
forest
gonna say
fire.
only you can prevent forest fires. Nice.
Ember, sign your name here.
There we go.
But I can freeze them. That works just as well.
Guys, that's a lot of friggin' spiders. Have I mentioned I hate spiders?
No, you haven't. But believe it or not,
Like
context
you
clues.
care.
The character.
All right.
I'm not so bad at
So to give you guys kind of a view of where we're at, you have the party down here, and if you look up, there are a bunch of little spidery spiders
Now,
scattered about
when
the
you
map.
say little, do you you
When I
mean
say
little?
little, I mean
People sized.
about the size of a people.
okay?
So really not little at
More
all.
like, yeah, they're about the
Large,
size
like
of a people.
extraordinarily large for spiders.
Yeah, they're freaking you out. That's how large they are.
Saul's not
Um,
afraid of spiders, so we're good.
There are also a bunch of trees
You're
around,
also
as you
immune
can
to poisons, so
see. If you guys could do me a favor and roll for initiative.
out of
Stop,
curiosity,
drop,
poison
and roll
or
for
venom?
initiative. I got it, May. Thank you for clearing your throat. I got it. What was your question?
I said out of curiosity, is it poison or venom that they're immune to, or is it both?
I'm immune to
Oh,
all
it's
poisons
both.
and diseases.
There's no distinction in D&D.
Yep,
Oh.
anything poison, either the effect or the damage.
Rude. You're the one who called the freaking spiders to us. You go stand in the middle. Let them chomp on you.
Kalian is clearly paralyzed with fear because I rolled a nat 1.
And I knew that Renlin really wanted to go somewhere quick, so the quickest way is straight through.
Yeah, but now we're stopped to fight.
Add
I hear that
some
spider meat is
initiatives.
delicious.
You know,
Really?
I wouldn't
Where
know.
have you heard that?
Where would you have heard that exactly?
roll-
In
Roll
my
to
brain
see
just
if you've
now.
eaten them.
Kind of like
your
I had to
brain.
roll to see if I had eaten elf,
Elf.
and the answer was yes.
I did see a thing on Facebook earlier. It was like a burger with a fried tarantula on it.
Yes, I saw that a couple days ago.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh.
I'd try it.
Everyone
Gross.
put their initiatives in
I'd
the
try it.
initiative tracker?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
You guys are the best. May, what is your dexterity?
Uno más.
Uno más?
Uno más bonus.
One more bonus. so
Atone,
that's
what
two.
is your dexterity?
14 plus 2.
Wah, wah.
Wowzer.
Ember,
Wowzer.
what is your dexterity?
A lot.
I got it. +2.
Wah, wah.
Wow.
Spiders
Damn, they're dexterous.
are pretty dexy.
They're spiders. They got a lot of legs.
Freaking legs.
They do
Not if
have a
you
lot
chop
of
them off.
legs.
It is a known
Ooh, if
fact.
you chop off all their legs, they can't move.
It is a known fact that the number of legs one has is directly impacted-
Correlated?
Correlated, yeah, directly correlated with your dexterity. Thank you. I almost forgot that word. Top of the initiative order, there's a spider. Go figure. It is this spider. The spider is going to go skitterty ditterty doo. Oh, bits.
What?
What?
Thanks, May. That was
I
me.
love you.
I definitely thought you were saying bitch.
Bitch.
It's like, okay, we're at gangster spiders now.
They just drop this, they're going, bitch, and just like shooting spider webs at us.
And we stumped into the bitch spiders.
The bitch.
territory.
Yeah, the spider is going to actually double move.
I have a question. How do you do that? The like move thing.
So you are just on the arrow, right? I tried to teach this to Kyle, and him and my
I didn't
Sunday
pick it
group
up.
couldn't figure it out. So you
Yep.
click on with just your regular selector tool, not the measuring tool. You
Okay.
click the token and hold like you're picking it up. You press space once, it'll make a little yellow arrow. Then you move them to where you want to move them next. Then you hit space again.
Oh.
Ah.
And then you can do like waypoints.
Well- Look at that.
We done learned a thing.
But yeah, that spider's going to double move.
Okay,
Sorry.
sorry. I'll get back in my spot.
It's all good.
Okay,
And
won't go away
then
now.
Soul, you are up.
I was excited.
Alright. I am going to use this new tool you just taught us and move my little guy here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just come down with my warhammer on that guy.
All right. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Sweet. Okay, D8. 6 damage.
You thwack the spider, hitting some of its legs. Probably its front left 2 legs you kind of crush under your hammer as it's trying to pull away, and it lets out a... That's a spider noise, apparently.
Oh,
All right.
fear me.
But yeah, the spider is still up. Anything else?
I'm just gonna just hold my shield up, I guess, in case someone needs to scoot in close and get some cover off of me, because they're squishy. Atone and Kalian.
This spider's turn.
Me? Squishy?
Double moving all the way up to Kalian,
Oh boy.
ending his turn there. Ember, you're up.
Alright. I'm using the wrong mouse. This has been a great night for me, guys. I'm gonna move right up here. And I'm gonna attack Senior Spider in front of Kalian.
He's the Mexican one.
Senior! And I got an 18
That'll hit.
and a 13.
That will also hit.
I want to actively say that I am not using any fire, sword.
Okay.
I
Are
probably
you using
won't.
the ice one?
I probably will, yeah.
Okay.
Just cause. Do
So
I
ice
have
and
to
slashing.
use them both? Or can I just use...
Yeah, you can pick which ones you use.
Okay, well, I'll use the first one. That's normally the fire one. I'll just use it regular like, and then
Okay.
I'll use the cold on the other one.
Sounds good.
And I got 9 on the first roll
Okay.
and 4 on the second.
All right. So you, with your currently just regular sword, you slice the spider. You actually open a large gash in it, and then with your other sword, you guys watch as this ice just kind of forms up and just crystallizes almost up the blade, just. And it happens as you swing, and when you impact the spider, the gash that you made with the first sword just kind of freezes up, and the spider just kind of stumbles back and just shatters.
Nice.
And I kind of look at my sword. I'm like, sweet.
Cool.
Okay. That was an action
very
and bonus
excited.
action and a move, so I'm guessing you're done.
Yeah, I'll just chill there, I guess.
Okay. This spider is up. And he can actually move 35 feet, end up right there, and he's going to get an attack off on Ember.
Oh no.
Fabulous.
Does a
Come on,
9
Ember.
hit?
No.
Did not think so. Spider lunges at you from over here, just skitters right on up, and he kind of jumps at the end, but you step back, seeing the creature getting closer. We got another spider up here. He's going to end up double moving, ending up right next to Atone and Kalian. And where's number 11? You're number 11. You're actually going to get to go. Yep. You run on up to Soul, and the spider's going to try and bite your Eldera companion. Oh, that was almost a 19, but does a 6 hit you, David? That's a negative. All right.
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Yeah, that's all
we
good.
did.
Tone, you are up.
All right, so we're gonna disengage.
Okay.
And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm not going to make my full move. I'm just going to come to here. But I am going to use a bonus action to hex that guy. The one that was in front of me.
Okie doke. We'll make Hex this cool little eye thing. That's a cool little Hex.
Cool.
So yeah, let's see. What abilities should I give him with this bad? Do these things ever have a grapple? Maybe I should like get a strength check on them. No, you know what? Let's do Dex. Let's any Dex checks they have to make. That one has to make is hexed.
Sounds good. All right. Does that complete your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. This little guy is going to skitter on up to Ember and try and take a bite of her. That is a 13.
Nah.
Okay. That spider is ineffectual. And also inaffectionate.
Okay.
And I need to seek therapy about my inaffectionate spider.
This one kind of joins the swarm, skittering on up with a double move. And then this guy's all the way over here. Man, I love that I made this beautiful battle map, and we're going to use the bottom 3 rows of it.
Hey, we're using 5 of them. 6. We're using 6 of them.
Yeah,
Fair.
look. Grimline and a toner down there, a little further back.
And this one will double move all the way up to Soul. And Rinlin, you are up.
Do the trees, are they difficult terrain or anything?
No. The way I'm gonna rule it is like the trunks of the trees are in the center of like the 4 squares. So it leaves enough room for you to stand in those squares just like adjacent to the tree. If you wanted to take cover from any ranged attacks that were coming at you, you could. Fun fact, the spiders that I'm using have no ranged attacks. So that's not gonna matter.
Okay, and then can I go from here to here?
That's Ember.
Well,
That's
Ember
me.
can.
No, that I was gonna.
Oh.
Okay.
You provoke an attack
It
opportunity.
depends on the route you take.
Oh, it would him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like anything that I do is gonna provoke opportunity. Or any position I originally wanted to go to, but it's fine. I'm gonna go up here and, in the interest of time, rage.
Okay. I'm gonna put the little buff dude symbol on you. Or buff dudette in your case.
And then I'm gonna do that thing where I try to beat the shit out of this dude.
Okay. Go for it.
With reckless.
As you do.
As I do. I'm trying to figure out what. For some reason, I always forget what raging gives me, so I had to find it again.
It doesn't give you added to your attack, like you get like +2 or some shit.
Yeah, it's a +2 to damage. That's a 23 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
That'll do. Excuse you, where do you think you're going? So 3, so yeah, +5. 9.
Okay.
9 smashing damage.
Smashing.
Smashing.
I would like to leave.
Roll for it.
I crit failed.
Yep.
You just can't leave us.
Stay on stream forever now.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. The spider, you with a scream run up and you kind of smack the spider, and it goes like flat for a second, and then it kind of recovers, and it's all like crinkly and like squished looking and
What?
deformed, and it like just manages to kind of stand up, still able to move. And Kalian, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the one in front of me with Booming Blade.
So this fella?
Yes, that fellow exactly. 15 to hit.
Sure does.
Uh, 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
5, 15, 20,
You disengage.
25, 30. And end my turn there.
Okay. So
Just to use
Kalian,
more of the map for you, Joe.
I appreciate it. I'm
Yeah,
even going to zoom out a little bit. Not gonna lie, stream. I didn't spend too much time on this. If you look at the trees, they're literally all the same tree. Just copy and paste it. So
You're outing yourself, Joe.
But the spider
know.
webs are rotated.
no, those are actually 3 different spider webs.
Oh, see?
Look at you, creative and stuff.
I will say
Um,
this forest is not as thick as the seas originally made me assume.
Believe
There was
yeah.
one C for each tree, May. Okay. It wasn't a random number. I was dropping hints for you, real cryptic ones that if you were paying
Those are just a
attention,
little less
you could have
deep
picked up.
cryptic. I'm fucking sorry. Jesus.
One for each tree. I can't.
All right. It's the spider's turn. He's going to try and eat soul.
Cool.
Ooh, does a 22 hit?
You know, it just hits.
Whoa! Joe hit Saul! We're all gonna
Oh
die.
God. Yeah, this is gonna go bad. The only other time Joe hit Soul, he died.
2 piercing damage.
Wow. That's
Cool.
rough, buddy.
And now I would say make a constitution saving throw as you feel the poison being injected into your veins, but you don't have those.
If anything, it's an adrenaline shot. Let's go.
So you're
Like
fine,
super.
other than the
Now
2
he-
piercing damage.
Is he now addicted to spider venom?
It's like crank.
Yeah. The spider gets a little nibble on your leg. Soul, it's your turn.
All right, let's see what I got here. Let's see. 15-foot cube. So 15-foot cube would be
A 3 by
Center.
3 square.
3 by 3 square centered on me.
Is that what it says? Centered on you?
Yeah, self.
What spell?
Thunderwave.
Alright, so
Yeah,
Thunderwave.
Centered on you.
Yeah.
Ah, better.
So I just want to make sure no one's close enough to get hurt by me. That's an ally.
Oh, no. Unless you directly pointed it towards Ember. She's the only one you could get.
I would never do that. I want to hit the 4 spiders in my 3 by 3 cube around me with it.
So you want to position it like that.
Yes.
Alright, I will allow that.
So it's a Constitution saving throw.
I will say this is going to hit you as well. Unless, does the spell say creatures you choose or any creature?
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you.
From me. Okay. That would make it so it doesn't hit you.
Yes.
Alright. That is Constitution saves on their part?
Yes.
And what is your DC?
A 12.
A 12. So, this guy's going to pass, and this guy is going to pass. The other 2 are going to fail.
All right. On a fail, they take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away from me. And on a success, they take half damage and are not pushed.
Okay, so...
But I want to use my channel divinity to make them all take full damage.
Cool.
So they both take 16 damage. I mean, they all 4 take 16 damage.
That's rough, buddy.
I was actually
That'll
about to have nightmares about
do it.
skeletons flying towards me, but I think I'm gonna die.
So you guys watch as Soul being surrounded by these spiders. Soul, what weapon do you wield? A warhammer?
Yes.
So you just kind of lift your hammer into the air, and you guys kind of watch as, like, it just kind of begins, like, vibrating. There's almost, like, a squall of wind almost around it. It just kind of gathers out of nowhere. And Soul just slams it down onto the ground, creating, like, one of those, like, superhero movies, like the Shockwaves, just a mini one around it. Just,
You're literally Thor.
Yes.
and all the spiders just fly through the air, and some of them, their legs are, like, flying off from the impact of this sonic vibrations and whatnot. And
Is
you
it
see
very comical?
Joe, do any spider legs hit me?
Oh God, please say yes.
Yes, 6.
Oh God!
Oh my God, I love it.
I rolled a d8 and I subtracted 1. And I rolled a 7.
I've literally been waiting for the perfect situation to actually use that spell.
Nice.
But yeah, all those spiders around Soul completely cleared out, you see now. So there's just the 3 that remain. And Ember, you are up.
Okay. Can I move
Ember's
before
impressed.
Oh, what would you have? What else do you have, David?
that? I just want to move right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
Well, Ember's impressed. She's like, okay. And she's going to attack the one right.
That one is hurt. You would be able to see that.
It's also
Okay.
surrounded by mystical thunder energy.
Oh, that's also true.
Oh, the one with the hex died. Move it to the one in front of Ember.
You have to do that on your turn.
On my
Mario.
turn? Okay.
Yep, that's your bonus action.
I'll tell you what. I'll leave him alone. I'll hit this one. The one who's hurt.
That
Does a 14 hit?
guy? Yeah, sure does.
Alright. Should I roll both, or should I just roll damage and see if he dies?
You can roll damage, see if he dies.
Alright, I got 5.
Okay, not quite.
Okay, so roll again. That one is a 13.
That will just hit.
Good to know. And that one is 7.
And with that, you cleave that spider in two. With your second sword still covered in ice, you slash through it, and it kind of freezes up, and it's almost like bloody, snowy spider gut combination thing as it sprinkles on the forest floor.
It's fucking gross.
And I'm just gonna stay there.
All right. Tone, you are up.
Well, I guess I will hex. Which one? Have either of them not been hurt yet?
No. They're
Which one
both
looks-
very hurt. They are
one
both
looks-
hurt the same amount.
Oh, okay. Then
Conveniently.
between Soul and Ember, let's add the hex to him,
All right.
and then we will Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
That's a 20,
That'll hit.
and he takes 10 points of damage. 5 of it's necrotic, the rest is from the Eldritch Blast.
Was that a nat 20 or just a 20?
No, I rolled a 15. I get a 5 for my spell attack.
Okay. So with that, you guys watch as Atone holds his hand out, and this yellowy, bright light fires out of his hand, striking the spider, who kind of like slinks back, trying to take the impact of the hit. But then all of a sudden, there's like this surge of energy around him, and he just kind of bursts from the hex kind of kicking in.
Delicious.
Anything else, Atone?
Well, I guess I'll move over here just in case I have to do something to that one.
Okay.
Oh, can I move my hex again?
You already did it with your bonus action
I have-
this round, so yeah. Alright, and it's the spider's turn. I actually get one more turn. I am going to attack Rinlin because I get advantage.
Thanks,
I was
buddy.
afraid I wasn't going to get to. Oh boy, a nat 1 and a 3.
Would you like to roll
Rinlin, your
again?
turn.
I kind of raged for nothing. I'm not gonna lie.
I have 2 spell slots and I burnt one of them so I can do 5 points damage.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Oh wait, I'm recklessly attacking. My bad. Wow. Okay. It's Kaelin's turn, I guess.
All right.
I rolled a
Kaelian.
1 and a 5.
Ah, only
I mean,
two better than me.
Does a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Worth asking, but it does not in this case. You are muted, Kyle.
I am going to Booming Blade, Mr. Spider.
Okay.
Missed a spider. Because Senior Spider is dead.
Yep, that's exactly right. 22 to hit.
That hits. Mr. Spider is his father. Thank you very much.
12 damage.
With that, Kaelian runs up, rapier in hand. He pierces the spider in the, not thorax.
In the butt.
Yeah, in the spider butt. And you guys wait for a second as the spider doesn't move, and all of a sudden just kind of as it kind of pops from some sort of weird abdomen. Thank you, one crit. Yeah,
Nice.
its abdomen pops as Kaelian pierces it and then booming blades it. And the spiders are no more.
Cool. I immediately bend down and pick up a leg that I blew off and just start nomming on it.
Okay. Ew.
Ew.
I heard they taste good. I want to give them a try.
It's crunchy.
Roll a d10 for me, David.
Y'all ain't right.
I got a 20.
A d10?
Oh, sorry. Wrong
I
dice.
got a 20 on a
He
D10.
rolled real good,
I
okay?
rolled real good. That is a 3.
A 3? It does not taste good.
Cool. I spit it out and I drop it. Spiders don't taste good, guys.
And I look at Rilla and I'm like, really? Who would have guessed?
I'm actually kind of tempted now, I'm not gonna lie. I hesitantly take the one that he tried to eat.
And I literally roll my eyes so far that I feel like they're gonna get stuck.
Wait, we should probably cook this first. That might be the issue here.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, just FYI reminder. That are cooked. Like everything. Except sushi.
All right. Well, we were moseying with some haste, so we might as well get on to moseying again.
Yeah.
Does
Just go
anyone need some
straight-
healing?
Spider webs, we don't care anymore.
I can tell you for a fact that the only person who would need healing is you, David, because you are the only person I hit that combat.
Cool.
I was
I'm
keeping
good.
track.
But it's good teamwork.
Yes, good teamwork.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Hey, how was effective?
10 out of 10 would do again.
I think the Thunder Wave carried us.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
one
that
good
was
spell you're
unanimous.
getting out of me.
Healing is always good.
All right. So the party resumes their moseying.
Hasted Mosey.
Hasted moseying. And makes it farther along through the forest. It is the middle of the night at this point. However, you do see coming into view the gates of Sentinel Keep. I remember names. It's been a
I have
long
nothing
week.
to say to that.
Yeah, Sentinel Keep.
All right. So they're coming into view, you said? We're not quite close enough to, be like, hey.
You're basically there.
Okay, I was just making sure, because, I don't know how big these gates are.
These are rather big. Let me actually check. There's a little blurb I can read on them.
Ooh. Give us some
in
sweet
the
deets.
Zodiac Empires. The player's guide apparently with me on my desk.
Blurb, 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 blurb.
Blurb, 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 blurb.
This is, I know, one of the more important locations in the seal, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, Sentinel Keep. This towering keep is located on the southern border of Isilde. The walls of Sentinel Keep have protected northern Israel holdings for years, as its gates are the only land passage into Isilde, and are guarded night and day by some of the Seal's fiercest warriors.
Oh, cool. That means there's people. Let's go say hi.
I agree. Let's go say hi.
I like fierce warriors.
Okay.
If I have a type.
Should do you guys have some type of connection with this group, or should Kaylee and I do the talking?
We're literally
We're
citizens.
still citizens.
Oh, well then. There you go.
Yep. And all my papers are in order.
Unless the person has glasses and a textbook, I should probably not do the talking. Ever.
Kaylee, are my papers going to get me through? Which ones do I use?
Did you just say that out loud? Now we
I mean,
know you
we're
have
not-
more than one set of papers.
How?
Done.
Okay, Sam.
Done. Done.
I mean, I don't care about you guys.
Phrasing?
Yeah, your papers
Yeah.
are probably fine. I mean, I've got ones where you're an outlaw. I've got ones where you're member of the Bathos Accords with the Sky Sentinels. I would probably use the Sky Sentinel ones, I think.
Really? Outlaws seem to do okay here.
Yeah, I mean, either work.
I feel like they don't actually try and keep people out of Isilde very often.
Yeah. Let's just
Yeah,
go
how
like we own the
strict
place.
is...
Yeah,
How
I
strict
feel
is
like
this deal?
There's
I feel like they're just like, oh, hey, okay, give it.
currently
a shot.
there's no active war going on or anything, so they're not super holding down the gates. People are allowed in and out right now. They're kind of more keeping the gates up and guards manning them because there are monsters and scary things outside of national boundaries, and the less of those
Like
they have in the
spiders?
field. You guys got lucky in that it was only spiders.
That's ominous as fuck.
All right. So do we want to go up and just walk on in?
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. You come to Sentinel Keep, and there's the large pair of gates, kind of the main gates there. They aren't fully closed. They're like cracked open just a little bit, so like 2-3 people could walk in at a time. Presumably they could open up and let crowds of people in, and there's not really a line or anything, but there are a couple of guards standing kind of down where the gates are actually open, so you can talk to them first before you head through. And you do notice the torchlight of several guards up top on top of the gate, kind of looking out.
Is Rinland still carrying that spider leg?
No, I put it down. As tempting as that would have been.
Just walking up to the gate, munching down the spider leg. We come in.
Look. Hey, I need to cook this, man.
We got a girl with a fire sword. We don't need anyone to cook anything.
Personal barbecuer. Okay, Sam. Okay. I get it. I understand.
Aww. Yeah, so approaching the gate, the two guards kind of see you approaching. They kind of stand up, and when you get a little bit closer, state your business.
We're going to Dragonheart.
Papers.
Papers, please.
And I hand my papers over.
Same.
I think I'm gonna give him my real papers. Just for once.
He looks over Embers, gives them back fairly quickly. Looks over Rinland's, gives them back fairly quickly. And he takes Kalian's, Atone's, and Soul's papers, and he's looking through them a little bit longer. He looks from the papers, and he looks up at you guys. And eventually he turns to Ember and Rinland. They're with you?
Yeah,
Kind of
we're their
nods.
escort.
He returns your papers and says, "You can pass."
I'm like, are there any airships docked here?
There might be one if you head over to the airship docks. I'm not quite sure where it's headed or if it's headed out anytime soon, but if you head over and check. I don't know if
Awesome.
they're open right now. I might suggest getting a room at the inn or something. It's a little late.
What would you say the fastest way to Dragonheart would be?
If you can get on an airship. Otherwise, maybe catch a boat. He kind of gestures or points off towards the river. If you look at the map, that kind of runs up towards Dragonheart Lake. And it runs all the way down through Alabaster, and that actually goes all the way through Sentinel Keep.
Do you know the name of the river off the top of your head, Joe?
I do not.
It doesn't even say on the map, so
Yeah, that's why I asked.
The names of rivers is one thing that I am.
I'm
There
gonna call
are
it
several that we haven't named.
Dragonheart Artery.
Artery.
Dragon Artery.
Dragon artery. And
Dragon
I
artery
thank the
river.
guard and walk in, gesturing for the rest of them to follow, except Bronwyn, who obviously would just walk in too.
I put my hand up for a high five walking through the gate.
From one of the guards,
Yes.
they ignore you.
Aww.
Oh.
Alright.
And I
walk
look at
back.
him like, are you serious?
There ain't nothing wrong with having a little fun.
I give him a pity high five.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm like, have you ever been here?
Probably a couple 100 years ago.
Well, sweetie, you're not in Kansas anymore.
What's Kansas?
Sorry.
What is this Kansas?
Kansas is actually a mystical, far-off continent that has long lost to history.
My bad. Sorry. Went a little out of there for a minute.
Nah, it's all good.
Welcome back.
It's a band. Nice.
It's a band.
Oh yeah.
Who said that? Who said that? Of course, one crit said that.
He's on it today.
He's
Yeah.
always on it.
Thanks for looking out.
Okay, so the party is in Sentinel Keep.
Cool.
It is middle of the night, probably like 2, 3 in the morning.
So we could either see if the airship person is awake or if there's a boat person awake so we can leave immediately, or we can go get a room at the inn.
We could wake up the airship person, and bribe them with a little gold to take us now.
I like that idea, but at the very least, we need to make sure that I don't know if buying tickets is a thing, but like figuring out when they're going out. Because if it is going to be in a few hours, we should know because we can rest on the airship if we can get it out now.
Mm-hmm.
We need to at least go there and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Look at their schedules, see which one's going to be the fastest route.
All right. Hope you guys are ready to play some TripAdvisor Simulator, because that's what the rest of the session is going to be. No, you guys head over to the airship docks. The docks are generally open. They're not like super enforced, since there's not a huge sentinel presence here or anything like that. No one really like stops you when you're going in. There's only one ship kind of docked. It's to describe the airship docks. There are a few pictures of these online that you can find and within the campaign setting. Most airship docks in Bathis are a tall tower, and usually on the inside there's like a spiraling staircase up, and the ships will literally dock on the side and kind of hover around this tower, so they kind of go up in like a spiral. Most docks, this one in particular, can, I'd say, dock 5 or 6 ships at a time. So yeah, you guys are able to head up, find the one ship that's docked, and you kind of walk out into their area. It's right near the actual ship itself. And you see that there is an old-looking dwarven male who's kind of sitting in a chair. He's got this like leather cap on, and it's kind of like pulled down over his eyes, and he's just like laying back in a chair. He has a beard. It's mostly black, only it's got like gray in it. You can tell he's getting on in years. And he's sitting there, a leather cap kind of pulled over his eyes, just kind of plain leathers on for clothes. And he is snoring loudly, sitting kind of leaning with a desk in front of him with some paperwork. And he's kind of the only thing between you guys and the actual airship itself.
Is his chair leaned against something?
A post.
Damn it!
I'm like,
Sir.
Gremlin.
You can see me like looking at the chair, like.
I'm like, no.
I mean, it's Rinlin. How big is this post?
Is it a load-bearing post?
No, it's definitely not a load-bearing post.
I should probably
I'm
not
like,
destroy.
I'm like, Gremlin, no. And I opt to tap the guy on the shoulder. I'm like, excuse me.
Sir.
Huh? What? Who are
I'm like,
you?
when are you?
What?
I'm like, when are you heading out?
Oh, you're looking for a ride, huh?
Yeah. Are you heading out towards Dragonheart?
Well, most of the field is back that way, and it's kind of
Pretty much all of Isilde is back that way. But are you going back that way?
I was planning on heading to Alabaster in the morning, but I could probably head all the way to Dragonheart. Just stop for an hour or two, see if we can't pick up a couple other passengers in Alabaster.
When would you be looking to leave?
Tomorrow morning.
Can you leave any earlier than that? The situation is quite dire. And
I mean, depends who
How much to leave earlier?
or how much do you value your life?
Whoa.
And I hold my hand up to Soul. I'm like, give it a minute.
Can I start you trying to persuade this guy?
Persuasion, intimidation.
Yeah.
Are you before you step in, Mario? Make an intimidation check, because that was pretty threat.
Threat.
It was a threat.
With 7 C's.
Threat.
Oh, I actually have a +1 to charisma, or to intimidation. My charisma's a -1. Is 16 gonna do anything?
Ooh, that's not bad.
He kind of like looks around. What? All right, I'll take you. Jeez, it'll just be the normal price.
All right, how much?
This is not him. This is Joe thinking. He's going to rattle this off rather quickly. This is always the tricky part, and I'm really bad at this, and Brad has trouble with this too, is figuring out the cost of airship travel, because it has to be cost efficient, otherwise people just use boats. Though it is expedient, which is the thing. He kind of looks around at you all and says, we can leave right now, just don't bring me harm. We'll call it 100 gold to pay for the fuel and everything.
For all of us?
All of you. Just
Does that-
100 for all 5 of you.
Does that
Not
include
per.
price of food? Because we don't need that.
Would you be willing to drop the price if we gave you food?
Sure. Just don't
'Cause
hurt me.
I can give you a lot of food.
I
It's a
did
cat.
need to restock in Alabaster, so.
Yeah, you won't need to restock for at least for another 2 days.
And I can provide water.
I can tell you how you feel.
I can tell you how you feel.
Sorry.
It's
I'll bet
therapeutic.
it's intimidated.
tell you what, if you can fill up my food stores and water stores, that'll save me the stop in Alabaster. I'll take you right to Dragonheart, no cost.
Oh,
We'll do
well,
it.
Damn.
Oh, you got it. I'll give him all the food
Done.
he needs.
Sign the contract before he changes his mind.
All right, go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. I'll get her ready, I guess. Gotta
Start doing.
let
Sit
the
down.
All right, thanks.
After
Dock Master
everyone
know
leaves
we're leaving.
and before this guy starts, I'm like, sorry, they're official warrior types. They're very pushy. Do you have any sort of life vest or sort of protective equipment?
Just stay inside and you should be fine.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Any sort of like parachute, just in case?
Peril, what?
Peril, what?
Kalian, just
They're right.
just stay inside, and you'll be all right.
You know, staying inside's not going to help him if the entire airship crashes, right?
Can I just
My
persuade
Gremlin should.
Kalian? Can I do a persuasion roll on Kalian just to get him
Sure.
on this ship?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll to see how well you, as Soul, can calm Kalian.
The 19.
Can I aid?
I was going to, carry him on this ship.
A 19. Kalian, does a 19 soothe you, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still like really uncomfortable shaking, but I get on the boat.
Okay.
I do turn
Probably
around.
better because we would have carried you.
Yeah.
I will say, I will not let you die. Because I don't want to not get paid.
Oh.
But
I mean, that was very touching for like a moment.
Yeah, I'm like,
Until you finish the
Gremlin, we
sentence.
probably should have thought about that when you were pushing him into the spider webs.
that was funny.
You board the airship. You wait a few moments. You see the dwarf kind of coming back. He went off to talk to the dockmaster, who is with him and seems to have figured out paperwork and whatnot. Dwarf boards the ship. You hear him kind of rousing. All right, get up. Why do we have to get up? We're leaving right now. What? It's like 2 in the morning. I know. We have paying customers. Oh, they pay a lot? They're giving us food. That's not worth it. It is. We don't have to stop in Alabaster. Oh, I guess so. Get up, you lazy git.
This
And
is the best conversation ever.
you can hear the footsteps of presumably other crew members moving about on the upper decks of the ship. You guys are tucked away in a nice little passenger section of the ship. A few moments later, you hear for those of you who have been on the ship before, familiar hum of an EDS drive kind of kicking in to start up and start moving. Those of you who haven't been on an airship before, it's an interesting sensation as all of a sudden the ship kind of lurches and kind of begins moving. Other than the initial kind of lurch to undock, it feels relatively smooth. There's not that familiar sway of the waves that comes with being on a ship on the ocean. It's just kind of perfectly flat, a nice smooth hover because you're on an airship. And you feel the ship begin kind of listing through the air. And those of you who can see out the windows, you see the ground quickly kind of leaving you behind as you ascend into the air and you begin heading towards Dragonheart.
I want to go exploring if I can.
Joe, does
Yeah.
the EDS drive or whatever do anything for an Eldera? Like, do is it any different for me than it is for anyone else? Since I'm close.
No, because the EDS drive consists of refined Eldria and refined Eldria products.
Okay.
Eldera, they get their benefits of healing and stuff around natural Eldria.
Okay.
After it's refined and whatnot, it loses some of the volatility that causes Eldera to react around it.
Okay.
Volatility.
Right, I'm a-
Volatility. That's the
Yeah.
scientific term.
I don't
Okay.
actually know what the...
So it will be a while, probably. I'd say we'll round to about a day's travel via airship from Alabaster to Dragonheart, or from Sentinel Keep to Dragonheart. So you do have some time to explore. You all get the benefits of a long rest, so all your spells are back, for those of you who cast spells.
All my spells are back.
Rinlin, you don't get your spells back. You just get your rages back. I'm not going to let you get your spells back. I'm cheating.
Damn. Damn.
Is there
Right there with
anything anyone wants to do on the airship?
I want to go and look how like people fly it and stuff because I've never actually been on one and I'm really curious.
Okay.
I'm interested in that as well, so I'll go along with her.
Yeah, I'm hanging out in the room and not leaving it.
You are, of course, welcome to go on deck and whatnot. It's when you get on deck, you realize that it's similar to a ship on the ocean. The biggest difference is kind of right in the center of the boat, of the airship. There's a large hole that you can kind of peer down, and it goes all the way through. It's a nice little, like, center, and in that hole you can see this circular drive known as the EDS drive. It's hollow through the center. You could presumably jump through it and you would just fall out the other side, but it's kind of projecting energy down. You can see like a light coming out from the bottom, and it's what's keeping the ship up. It steers very much like a ship on the ocean would, with a captain at the wheel. You recognize the salty looking dwarf man piloting the ship, and the ship also has these large sails that kind of go down, and they're kind of glowing. Anyone who wants to roll a knowledge arcana check who's kind of looking at this can feel free. Not knowledge arcana, just arcana.
Oh, I got a 20.
I got a 7.
I got it in my room.
Because it's fairly common knowledge, anyone who got a 10 or higher would know that the sails of an airship catch the ether winds, they're known as. They're kind of the magical forces around you and ley lines and all that are... They exist, and it's how wizards and sorcerers can cast magic. They just exist around you, and the sails of an airship will catch those winds, and that's what propels you forward. So it's similar to like a ship on the ocean, except it's literally flying on and via magic. I believe I got all that stuff correct. I don't think Brad's actively watching, but he could correct me if I'm wrong. He is the expert on that.
What does EDS stand for?
Ether Drive System.
Why is it called the Ether Drive System Drive?
I don't
Probably
know.
because I call it drive.
Thank you, the Count Smacula, for the follow.
Oh, gross. Sorry, no.
It's a
I love
pretty
you.
great name, though.
That's also mine, I'm sorry.
May's so
Gross.
friendly to her friends.
Hey, he is not very nice to me either, so...
But he followed us. That means he loves you.
Eh?
Yeah, so was there anything else you wanted to do exploring the airship, or...
Is there anyone who looks like interesting to talk to?
Since
I don't want to just talk to the same people I talk to all the time, apparently.
it looks to be just the crew. No one else had gotten time to book passage as you guys swept in the middle of the night and intimidated and bribed the captain to leave right away. Thank you, the Doomy Doom, for the follow.
I think
Hey, thanks.
that also might be mine.
We're just collecting maze people. Thanks, maze people.
They say, guess who? Mwahahaha. Also,
Yeah.
hi.
Sing the Doom song.
Doom, 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 doom.
I mean, that is their icon in Discord. It is very much.
Okay.
Alright, so none of the crew members look interesting. Are they all dwarves? Or are they just...
They are
randos?
not all dwarfs. You notice that the captain is a dwarf. The rest look to be a combination of humans. There's a couple of elves. There is one Amorai in the crew as well.
Unum. Just one. I need to look.
Alright. Well, since none of them seem to be interesting, I guess I just won't talk to them and I'll go back to the room.
Okay.
My character stands in the middle of the deck and starts singing a hymn. But as I've previously stated, my character is horrible at singing, and it just sounds like crystals grating together.
Roll a perform check.
He's having a stroke. Somebody help him.
You said performance?
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Wow.
So does that mean you perform really well, or you perform spectacularly badly?
I don't know.
Because David has established that Soul does not have a good singing voice, it doesn't sound amazing. However, the amount of like commitment Soul has to this, and just like chutzpah and how into it he is.
Chutzpah.
Some of the sailors and people manning it actually join in, and those of you who are in the docks, you hear a terrible rendition of a traditional Arisian, like, common song you would hear in, like, a tavern or something. Only it's terrible. None of these people can sing. But they are loving every second of it.
And I'm like, we've gone to hell.
Yep. Bet you rushed to your room now.
I never left my room, so I'm quite thankful for that.
I assume that I will just go back to my room and chill. Are we all in the same room, or are we, like...
You have your pick. You could all have your own room, because it's a fairly empty ship.
Do we have our own room?
I feel like we would just have the same room.
Yeah.
You can have your pick.
We're codependent.
We are. We're the same person. We can't split a room. Like,
I should have my own room, but I just go to Ridley's room and stay there.
you like leave all your stuff in there, but then you sleep in mine.
It's the holding room.
I just like wake up to you, just like.
Just like, I'm here.
All right. After another day or two, the party does finally arrive. Not a day or two. After the day is up, the party does arrive in Dragonheart. Yeah. You set the ship down, or they set the ship down. You disembark from the docks, and you are in the city of Dragonheart. Let me find my campaign setting.
Okay.
I had a sudden thought, but I probably shouldn't raise it.
What?
Are there doors in this airship?
I don't think any of them are locked, so I think we're
They're
fine.
not locked, but yes.
All right, we're good then.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. No, honestly, I would have been meditating the entire time, trying to like not go ballistic with the fact that Bronwyn is, probably dead. It's a slippery slope, kids.
Yeah, I'm just proud that you haven't actually gone on a killing spree yet, so I'm like...
I mean, we'll see how the rest of the session goes.
Alright, I'm gonna give our cat water real quick. He's playing with the water thing.
Is that really all that it says about Dragonheart in there? Creepy.
Yeah, I'm queen of the dogs today, and I am a dog. Sam just won't leave me alone.
I'm surprised Lucy hasn't come up here yet. She's usually like... Oh,
Lou
she
was-
is...
She's straight up lounging on the bed, like...
just turned her... She is... That is a full-on lounge.
Like, she does not even give a shit right now. She's just like, this is where I live now.
She's even got her, like, feet, like...
So after Soul and Atone get back, I will read you this the description of Dragonheart.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm having trouble with words today,
Joe, same.
evidently.
Come on.
Same.
It's about to hurt. Because I'm wearing shorts. Come here.
What is on your shorts, by the way? I saw them earlier. What are you wearing?
Adventure time?
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I have Adventure Time shorts on.
Respect.
I thought I was wearing my Batman ones, but I'm not. But I am wearing a Metallica shirt that's older than I am. It was like from a 1992 tour or some shit. Like, it's crazy.
You're a baby.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a baby, I know. I'm aware. David's younger than me.
I'm not that much younger than you.
Still younger than me.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
All right.
Mario, I want to introduce my pupper to your pupper.
Sure.
We're gonna have
Dog
apparently
friends.
Too many pets. I'm gonna lose it.
a dog friending moment. These dogs will be friends
Sam is
on the
ready.
internet.
Sim is ready to make fun.
How old's your dog, Mario?
12.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't have to meet Sam then.
Should I go get Simba?
All right.
Get
Get
everybody.
Lucy to climb into my lap.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Kyle.
Seated on the
Sorry.
banks of the lake from which it draws its name, Dragonheart is one of the most central cities of Isil. Its place at the foot of Mount Curzon has led the city to become constantly aware of the activity of beasts in the area, as well as the mountain itself. Those who live in Dragonheart are always ready for the next Curzon's beckoning
Bless.
and the multitude of dangers that come
Okay,
with the
Lucy.
eruption.
Please.
Mm. Sounds like a good place to find Bronwyn.
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 Yep, Bronwyn.
Yeah, we would be preparing at this point.
I do. Sorry. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna like genuinely say thank you to the ship captain, but then like immediately just like blitz off the ship to the place. This place.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just-
I will
that's
also
descriptive.
say thanks and
Yep.
then dismount the
Dismount.
ship. I don't know.
I flip him a gold coin as I leave.
He catches it, and he winks at you.
Oh.
Oh.
Apparently someone has a type too. Okay.
Didn't know someone was into Aldera.
Apparently.
As the party disembarks from the ship, you enter the city of Dragonheart. It's a fairly typical Israel city, save for the walls that kind of go around the different districts and sections of the city. There are gatehouses that divide parts of the city that you can pass through. Some of the other more iconic things, there are several temples here. There's a temple to the Worm Father, as he is known here, aka Nogrix. There's a noble district with various noble families, including the Kurzar family, the ones who reside over Dragonheart. Just kind of listing out things you would know. There is a school for magic here known as the Pillars. There are
Wait, there's
5.
different schools than the Elder House?
There's a couple.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm literally just listing off places that I remember from, as far as you can tell, because this is literally where we spent 6 months of this of our campaign.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a good number of places.
Where would we think Bronwyn would be? Like, is there a
Frost Crescent.
yeah, or even a temple to
Irlin
Irlin
Shea?
Shea.
Yep, I'm really bad tonight, guys. It's just bad.
I'd say you could find a temple to Irlin Shea, only here she...
The Night Mother. No.
No, that is Ural.
No, that's
Not nice lady.
Moonwinter. It's
Moonwinter's queen.
yeah, it's Moonwinter's queen. There you go.
Yeah.
I remembered it.
Night Mother is Ural. Worm Queen is Saran.
And then, yeah. I'm glad to know that I remember.
Yeah, a temple to the Moonwinter's queen. You would find this down kind of... Not in like a rich part of town or anything. It's fairly small compared to some of the other temples in the city. You kind of rush there, and as you enter Rinlin and Ember, you see a familiar-looking figure kind of seated in one of the benches, kind of looking up towards the main altar of this small little temple. And she's just kind of seated in the benches. She looks to be reading over a book or something, and she turns as you enter, and you see Bronwyn.
And I literally, like, just breathe in this huge sigh of, like, relief. I'm just like, thank fucking God.
Thank fucking Ireland Shay.
Yeah. Thank fucking Ireland Shay. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, Ireland Shay.
She kind of...
Sorry. I'm like, okay, we can breathe.
She closes her book, rises, and walks over to you. Rinlin, Ember, you're back.
Yeah.
Good
What's she
news.
reading, Joe?
Make a perception
The
check.
Bible.
Yeah, good stuff. 20.
Wowzer.
You only catch a glimpse of it before she kind of slides it into her, like, the small little satchel that she has, like, on her side. But it is actually a book, about Oresia. Looks to be kind of like an almanac almost of like different Oresian cities, and she's kind of going through some things.
Okay.
And I'm like, Bronwyn,
Yes.
we weren't able to bring the intended target back, as we found he has passed, but we did find his son.
Oh,
This is Kalian.
I shuffle my papers to my one hand and greetings, a pleasure.
I'm like, this is Bronwyn. She is the leader of our cell for Frost Crescent and the one who sent us after your father.
I don't know what you were interested regarding my father, but I'd be happy to help in any way that I could.
your father passed away then.
During the in between the Second Empire War and the Darkest War, his airship crashed tragically.
Earlier than I thought. I hadn't heard he died so soon, but that explains why I wasn't able to contact him.
I was privy to much of my father's activities. I did not know about you, however.
Yeah, what is the connection between you and I named the guy that, what's his name, Phil something?
Phil?
Phil?
You know Philip as well then.
New?
I'm actually going to pull out the list and present to her. It seems a lot of people on this list are connected. We know that Ridge, Mr. Dorton, and my father have all passed.
I'm like, we don't have any knowledge of the last name on this list. And this list was found in a known Dragon Syndicate hideout. That's why we raced back here as fast as we could.
That would make sense. So it looks like it's just me and Kulatan left. We'll need
Left
to
with
find
what?
him next. There's some things I need to explain to you two, she says to Ember and Rinlin.
Yeah, you fucking think?
I'm like, Rinlin!
Kalian, Atone, and Soul, you can come as well. Oh, she doesn't say your name. She says you three can come as well.
Okay, I was about, how does she know our names?
I'm like, this is... Actually, you go by Antonin right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Antonin. He is a companion of Kalian's, and Soul, who we met along the way as well.
Howdy.
Very good. She kind of leads you all into a back room. As she's going, she kind of looks to Rinlin and kind of catches you, pulls you aside while the rest of you kind of file into a room with like a table and some chairs. And she pulls Rinlin aside and quickly asks, "You trust these three?"
No. But enough.
You'll probably need help on this.
They're as good as we're gonna get.
She kind of gives a knowing nod. You can see that your doubt in them doesn't really put her at ease, so she's a little wary, but also enters the room.
But also knows it's me and I have trust issues.
Yeah. So she kind of looks to all of you, says, "Have a seat." And she kind of has a seat as well and kind of takes a moment to compose herself. She breathes in, then she kind of looks up, looks around at you all. So,
Look at her expectingly.
Yes.
Kalian, your father, as you know, did quite a bit of work during the Second Empire War and Darkest War, kind of when it broke out. Before he was presumably on his way back to Venok, you're from? She says questioningly.
Yeah, I lost you for a bit, but I think you were asking me if I was from Venok.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before he was headed back there, he was out this way for a while, a little bit more south in Eresia. I also happened to be there, and it was right around when the demons started showing up en masse for the Darkest War. We were in the city of, or we were near what is now the ruins of Brewmore Keep. The city was all but lost, and I was running through the streets with what individuals I could find that were civilized. One of the people I ended up running into was your father. I also ran into several other individuals. Inusin named Ridge, a man named Philip Dorton, and a half-orc named Kulatan. We were
Which
trying.
Ridge is it?
That's my pops.
Well, we
It's
never
what?
actually knew that for sure because it just said Ridge.
True.
Just said it easy.
What did he look like?
He describes an Inusin which looks less like Ember and more like the Inusin that Soul knows.
Okay.
Or knew.
Now we know
And
100%.
Yeah, and I just kind of assumed it wasn't mine because to my knowledge, mine had never left my town.
Yeah.
So I was like, quinky dink.
Wants it, uncle.
While trying to get out of the city, we were sneaking through an area where we had heard some activity. We were hiding in the shadows and we saw two individuals having an altercation. Neither of them were Shattered Hands. Neither of them were demons. They both had a familiar symbol. She kind of puts down, she reaches into her pouch and kind of pulls out an old, rusty-looking emblem, and she puts it down, and you guys kind of recognize it as a Dragon Syndicate symbol.
Do we is it related to any of the specific syndicates or just like an
this one is
overarching?
Blue. It's one of the blue ones.
So
Okay.
it's Isilde. No.
Blue is
No,
Eresia.
is Rosea.
Blue is Rosia. So those
Or
are the
white.
ones. Can I dig into Amber's pack and pull her one of the ones she has out and
Mhm.
I don't even stop you. I'm just like, yeah, go
don't
ahead.
get down on the day? We're the same person.
Damn blue
My pack is your
bastards.
pack.
At the time, the Blue Dragon Syndicate was moving refugees
Excuse you.
out of some of the more attacked cities. They saw it as an opportunity to gain the public's good grace, and they were legitimately helping in these troubled times. The altercation we saw was two men, one of them a human, one of them an elf. The human was saying to the elf that they had to move some more people, and something about there was a family or two in a house not far from here that they could go and get to safety. The elf said something about them finally being alone, and with a flash, the elf stabbed the man, killing him. We were all witnesses to it. The elf went to take his leave, but unfortunately, Kulatan, the half-orc who was with us, made a little bit of a noise, and he found us. He confronted us for a moment, and we didn't have a clear escape route. It was the older gentleman, Philip Dorton. He did something, a spell, I'm assuming. He knocked the elf down, and we made a break for it, and we got out of there. I didn't think much of it at the time. It was a smaller incident in a shitstorm that followed, frankly.
Language.
She just kind of looks at you like, really?
Amber giggles. Just like,
Sorry.
I'm taking copious notes.
Just
I learned much later, after the war ended, a few things more about the Dragon Syndicate. I believe that within the Dragon Syndicate itself, and not just any one branch, the entire organization across Vathis, there's a group of individuals trying to use the resources of the criminal enterprise to accomplish some goal. The individual who was killed that night was a high-ranking Dragon Syndicate operative, commander in the area. The man who killed him at the time was no one, low-ranking, but has since moved up into more positions of power. I haven't learned his name, I just know he's an elf, he's from Venok, and he's dangerous. He apparently has... Go ahead.
Let me get this straight. These guys are offing you because you saw him kill someone else?
sounds like that.
It's apparently some loose ends he's trying to tie up, because if the truth came to light, it wouldn't be good for him, presumably.
Do you happen to know who the man he killed was?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I didn't have a name for this guy.
Hold on, let me generate something.
Shh. 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 Those are all terrible. He went by the name Sebastian Gray. He was we found out, a higher-ranking member of the Blue Dragon Syndicate. He had been for some time, and reportedly, the Dragon Syndicate believes he was killed by a demon attack while trying to engage in rescue operations in Broomore Keep.
So he made it sound like he died a hero's death and not being stabbed in the back.
Yes.
But
Do you know how they would have found out your name? I mean, I assume you guys didn't just stand around shouting, "Hey, Bronwyn." Let's go this way.
That I don't know, and that's one of the things that troubles me is the fact that they know who we are. They
How
clearly
did they
have.
find out how we are?
Well,
The White Dragon Syndicate found out who we were.
well, we kind
Presumably
of
they
killed
have
off a bunch
some sort of-
people.
Resource gathering device. I mean, spy network information.
I will say, Rinlin, we didn't exactly hide who we were. But I want to know how they figured out about the three of them. We killed off a bunch of those guards in Eresia, but they seem to know a lot more about you three.
Yeah, we haven't really left much witnesses.
Not living ones, anyway.
No. Unless you count Noob.
My father
don't
was a
think Noob is
fairly
Plot twist of the century.
My father was a fairly prominent figure, and he made no attempts to hide his identity. And I am much the same, except I'm not nearly as prominent as my father.
It might have been easy to backtrack from that.
Right.
The Blue Dragon Syndicate and I don't get along. I kind of cause them a couple hiccups in a couple of their operations. So that's probably where they know me from.
But I'm nobody, so why would they know or care about me?
You're
Everyone.
You are the all-important.
I give a tonal look. Well, Antonin, you don't have a long memory, so could have been something you did in the past and just don't remember.
Yeah, if only we could figure out what that was.
I turn to Bronwyn and I say, what's your intention? Do you have any intention of hiding?
She kind of sits back. I generally don't like to stay in one place for a long time. I was planning on getting out of here. I've been in sealed for a while now. It's where they're going to come looking for me.
I have a number of contacts in Rankagesh. If you're interested in disappearing there, I could even create a false identity that would help you disappear.
She
I'm
kind of
not
smiles.
losing. I'm not losing my mother to the jungles of Rangagosh.
I appreciate it, but I have something set up in Eresia already.
I'm like,
Why-
they will, I assume, shortly know that we know about the list and that we may have taken some things.
And burned down some
License.
buildings.
Like
When you
maybe-
say that, she just kind of puts her head in her hand, and, like, massages her temple.
I'm like, we were a little upset.
I thought
Right.
you were dead.
Well, I'm not.
Like, she actually
No, I
did
can
rather
see it.
well. She didn't kill anybody.
Anybody?
Well, I mean, there were some spiders, but like, she didn't kill anybody after thinking you were dead.
Before?
There were some
Do you want
goblins.
the
and some
answer?
Dragon Syndicate members.
I'm- and I
Remember
kind
that
of,
one guy? Do you remember him? He looked at me funny. It was not a good time.
and I kind of like pull out the remaining 5 of the Dragon Syndicate emblems, and I'm like, there is an issue.
At least you're keeping it focused in the right direction. She kind
We
of
also
says.
might have some guards.
It was purely self-defense.
We didn't kill any guards, did we?
Yeah. Well, no. We killed more Dragon Syndicate members in the sewers.
So I mean, like in the long term,
I mean, we're really doing a service.
they were paid
Oh.
off by the Syndicate anyways.
Yeah, that one might not have justifiably been self-defense.
No.
So
But if you have something planned in Eresia, know that in the city we were just in, the guards have been paid. And if they're looking for us, I can guarantee that they'd be looking for you as well.
And Nocturna?
Yeah.
yes.
I'm going a bit more south.
I
Why
just
would-
don't know how far the reach is. We had to find alternative route out of the city within a matter of a day and a half.
Why would you want to stay in Aresia anyways if that's where their base is?
Because I don't intend to just run from this.
See, I'm with
What
you
are
right
you-
there, Bronwyn. The best defense is a good offense.
Okay, what are you planning?
And why don't you want us involved?
I do. I need you to
That's
go
actually
find...
a good idea. I have an idea. I start working. I just is there a nearby table, Joe, or bench?
You're
or
at a
anything that I
table,
can-
yeah.
All right. I just kind of take over a part of it and start looking at Bronwyn and start working on documents. I'm gonna make clearly false paperwork, like papers that look like decent forgeries, but anybody with any sort of skill would quickly recognize their forgeries.
Okay.
And I'm going to make them. Let's see. Where do I want to make them?
Lucy, why are you writing?
Viver. Let's make them for Viver. So it's
Okay.
going to look just like Bronwyn. It's going to be like a really bad. It's going to be like.
It's like a
Bronwyn.
bad fake ID.
Yeah, and
Bronwyn.
it's going to be like Bromlin, and it's going to be it's going to basically look like she's then with like tickets and stuff, like she's heading to Viver.
Okay. So like
And
a false paper trail.
A false trail.
Yeah, I'm creating a false paper trail.
Okay.
We'll give them a.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a forgery kit for that. While Kalian starts doing that, she kind of turns to you. I need you to find Kulatan. He's apparently the last one that we haven't heard of. Last loose end that they'll want to tie up, other than me. We need to get him out of threat and make sure he's safe. Then we can use it to our advantage to draw them out and find out how to eliminate them. Getting him safe is a priority, though. That's why I'm heading to Aresia.
Do we know when he was last heard from?
I haven't heard from him since the end of the Darkest War, at least this section of it that we were nearby, but I know he had plans to settle down in Aresia. He was rather fond of the city of Griat. He was heading there. He said he was going to open up a shop. He was a merchant by trade.
Well, that is pretty far south.
Yeah, that's right next to the Black Forest.
You say that like it means something.
There's just a lot of land to hide in.
Oh, yeah, cool. Joe, I got a 13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
That
they're
should not be
supposed to be like, you said you're not trying to hide that they're forgeries. The DC is a
Right.
little bit lower. Like they're clearly fake.
Yeah. Okay.
But they could pass as a forgery, like someone was trying. Pretty shoddy, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We should add to the paper trail, and I should take those papers. Or were you intending on leaving them here, or what were you doing?
Oh, I didn't know. I figured she might have a way to spread them, but if you might be able to spread them better.
What if I look like her and get seen somewhere and disappear?
You having this conversation here?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
She raises an eyebrow,
Magic.
looks you
I'm
over a
gonna-
tone.
I kind of just put my hands up and fakely here. Let's. I got a good deception. I'm just gonna put my hands up and act like I'm doing some, casting here, and then just alter self. And that is the crappiest deception, even with the.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I was literally gonna call you out in like 2 seconds. So
Yeah, we've all basically decided that you're not
As you kind of
Antonin.
shift your form, she just kind of goes, ah.
yeah, he's not very good at being a noir, but he is. So I guess we let him do that.
To be fair, the ones that are usually good at being a noir remember that they've been a noir longer and are on the wrong side.
Hmm.
I'm like, well, he saved me from a giant snake, so
A couple things.
a couple things. But that's the most memorable because I actually like died.
Who did I javelin?
Me.
Him.
Was it
Yeah.
him?
Yep.
Okay.
Was him.
And
So
Josh.
yeah, you're like, yeah. She's like, yeah, he saved me, and I'm just like, yeah, I stabbed him with a javelin.
He's still around though.
Who haven't you stabbed with a javelin?
Literally everyone else,
Except
except Bronwyn.
Literally everyone.
Except Bronwyn.
So
Yeah.
you have two options. You can come with me right now, or if you wanted to stay behind and try and get them off our scent, you can do that and meet me in Girat.
I'm going with you. Like,
Are we splitting the party?
Oh, well, we shouldn't. Not with that much land between us.
Do you have a secretive way out?
how do you plan on getting to Griate?
Airship.
I don't know.
One
It
of
might
those.
be worth it to split the party to draw attention away from
If
us.
you don't want to spread it, I have a contact here in the city who can help.
Yeah,
I would
think
rather
we should
have you
probably
all
do
with me.
thanks, Mom. Oh, I can't even say that sarcastically.
it. I originally figured she'd have a contact that could spread it, but I don't know. Splitting the party, they're probably looking for 5 or 6 of us. If some of us just, took a boat south, while the rest of you took an airship, it might throw them off our trail.
Yeah, until one half of our party doesn't end up there and is dead, and we never know.
Yeah. It's just a bad idea to split us up at the moment.
If we
Well,
stay,
I
in-
guess if we depends entirely on who is split.
Well, you folk can take the airship, and I will volunteer.
okay, you are
graciously.
not getting out of going back on an airship.
Well, obviously, if we do split the party, Bronwyn and Renlin would go together, and I would have to go with the other person or people.
Yeah, no, I think realistically it's probably a bad idea to split up.
Yeah.
If we
You're
stay
just
in
trying to get off
populated,
an airship.
if we
Now
stay in
that-
populated areas, we should be able to make it seem like we're not a group, though.
Hmm.
Like, it is really easy for me and Bronwyn to stay together. We literally, I don't think the description was given, but Bronwyn is also a dwarf.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, May, do you want to describe Bronwyn real quick?
She's
Since
a
you know.
dwarf.
She's a dwarf?
She's an older dwarf.
Dwarfs all look the same. Don't worry about it.
Dwarves all look the same. You heard it here.
That's right.
Elves taste good, and goblins aren't people. You heard it here. Yeah, she is just also a dwarf. I didn't really think of what she would look like.
Hashtag Goblin Master Race. Or Halfling Master Race.
Dwarf?
Well, I would
master?
say
Halfling.
we could, for, appearance's sake, she could look like someone who could be related to Renlin.
She does, yeah.
Like,
Mm.
you have similar features,
Not
maybe
only
a
that,
little
but-
less scars,
Yeah,
but
this is so fucked up that you can't even tell. Like,
but
let's
like
be
the
real.
same color hair, except hers has some gray in it or something. Like,
They both have gray in it.
okay, she has more gray than you.
She is all gray.
Well, then it can't be the same color now, can it?
The gray is the same, you know.
The gray is the same.
The gray is the same.
It's the same color gray.
Similar enough. Like,
Ironically, I also have gray hair. Or silver, I'm sorry.
plot twist, Bronwyn's actual last name is Frost Hollow, and she is part of my family. Bum bum.
That
Anyway,
would be kind of scary.
I would be shook.
we would be able to split up and stay together.
Yeah.
Well, like we could book passage separately, but be on the same ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is we're gonna
Just not talk to each other.
split the party, but like not split the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get with that.
Bronwyn overall agrees with everything you guys are saying. She grabs a piece of paper and she scribbles down a note, folds it up, takes the fake papers from Kalian, folds them up as well, writes quickly on an envelope to Sinezra, and folds it up and puts it in her pocket for now. That's an Easter egg for those of you who have watched as far as you can tell.
I want the
Oh.
Easter egg.
You said Sinezra.
Yes. It makes sense because she's the Ural person.
Ew.
But Urlin Shay and Ural are tight.
That's a word for it. They're sisters. I thought.
Yeah. They tight.
No, I didn't think they were like buddies. They were just related.
I mean, they both hate Serena, so.
Yeah,
Like,
they've
you're
already
onto
been
something.
Serena.
And the one I can't
Kiandranas?
pronounce.
Yeah. Yeah, they really
Yeah,
don't
the
like
one
him
that's in
either.
my backstory that I refuse to say because I don't know how to say it. Yeah, that one.
Hey, I worship Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Um,
Also a Ladra, but I like the Rankigish word better.
We're all gonna have
So-
to learn how to pronounce Kato's Rinkagosh name.
please.
Oh my god, that one's so hard.
Yeah, we all have to do. We have to perfect it by tomorrow.
Oh, we will, won't we?
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Tell us, how do we pronounce it?
Oh god, I don't even know. So the plans are made. You all book passage. Bronwyn taps into some of her Frost Crescent funds to get you guys passage and pay for it and whatnot. You book passage on the same airship. The airship is slated to travel all the way from Dragonheart, making several stops along the way, eventually landing in Griot, Orezia.
This time I won't stay in Rinlin's room since we're supposed to be split, but not split. I'll have my own room.
I shed a singles here, but I stay in Bronwyn's room.
Your room's now the storage room.
And I think it's going to be a little bit shorter tonight. I am going to end the episode there as the party's kind of loading up, getting ready to hop on the ship, and
You mean hop off the ship?
mid-voyage. We're going to
Okay.
leave off mid-voyage.
All right.
Flying
Right over
from...
the swamp. It's a good place.
The Shanti Swamp.
I thought I said shorty.
Shoddy.
Shoddy.
You guys are right over the giant purple letters that say Erezia. You look down and they are glowing, and you're like, huh, so that's how they named this part of the land.
Neat!
But yeah, so that's where we're going to call this episode. Yeah, I just don't want to get into too much because there's only like a half hour left, and I had some other things planned, and you'll be getting into more fun next time. This episode was...
It's airship combat.
This episode was a
God, poor
little exposition-y. I can tell we were all a little
Yeah,
loopy
more
today.
issues.
I was a little loopy today. But I think the party has a much better idea of what's going on now. Plot is beginning to kind of unfold, some interesting twists, and they will see what happens. But I think that is going to be it for Stop, Drop, and Roll this evening. As I said earlier, tune into Tabletop Day. It's going to be fun. Noop's reclamation of his homeland will be fun. But yeah, I'll try and upload that to YouTube too, because I should be able to separate that from the rest of Tabletop Day, since we're streaming and then it's going live, so we're going to have to cut streams in the middle. So the Noop episode should be able to stay intact.
The Noob Chronicles.
Chronicles of
Chronicles.
Nupia.
Chronicles
Chronicles
of
of Firelord Noob.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try it. I think it's Zutekutli.
Zutakutli?
Kato.
Yeah, it's Ziuht. That's really hard. But I think that's
Zoot.
Zoot. Yeah.
Z-I-U-H-T.
I'm gonna stick with it. Zutakuli.
Zoot.
Let's go.
Okay.
Zutakutli.
But that is the end of this episode. We will catch you guys next week. I'm Joe. With me was Tiffany, May, Kyle, Mario, and David. Thanks for watching Stop, Drop, and Roll.
Bye.
Bye.